Hey guys, what's up? I cannot believe it's already towards the end of September, and I feel like I've been saying this a lot lately, but the time is just flying, and I'm like at this part of the year that just makes me feel so happy to be alive. Like, I don't know what it is that's so magical about fall for me, but I am so ready for it, and I just love October, November, December. Like, this is my favorite time of the year. So let's start off with something that I have just been adoring. I've talked about the Too Faced Born This Way concealer so many times, but I really love this stuff, and it's become my favorite concealer over the Urban Decay Naked Skin, which is like a huge deal for me because I used to love the Urban Decay Naked Skin, but I just think that the texture on the Too Faced, it's just like nothing else I've ever tried. Like, it is so liquidy, it is so thin that it's like, it doesn't feel like makeup at all. So this one is called Fair and this one is called Light. They look very similar, and I just like to mix these two to kind of get my perfect shade for my skin tone, so that's why I have two to show you guys. But I love these. I've been using nothing else but these concealers, even on days where I don't really want to wear makeup like too much. Like, I'll do brows and eyes pretty much like mascara, but I want to have a little bit of coverage. I'll go in with this. I can't recommend these enough. They've really changed the game of concealer for me. Like, this is all I've been using. It's the best. I really like it. For me anyway. For my skin, it works. I just love it. Another thing that works for my drier skin, I do have dry skin like year round, so foundation's important to me, and I haven't really been trying new ones lately. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible foundation, but it's the Pro Glow version. It's the one that's meant to give your skin kind of a glowy look to it. I did not like the original. That one oxidized on me. It looked orange and it looked super cakey on my skin. Like, no matter how I applied it, the original of this just does not work for my dry skin. I think that one's more for oily skin people, so they kind of came out with a new version, and I'm wearing this today. I love the shade, I love the formula, and you guys, I've had this on since like 9 a.m. and it is 3:47. okay? Like, I cannot believe how well this has stayed put. It's just beautiful. I think it looks flawless. So I actually bought this foundation months ago, but I didn't really start loving it until now, and I have the shade here called Classic Ivory, and I know it looks a little bit deep in the tube, but this is it. I'm wearing it today, and it's pretty light, so I like it. It works for my skin. It does have SPF 15 in it. It claims to have an air-light texture, wear up to 24 hours, and be radiant. Definitely agree with the radiant finish and like the air feel. Like, it does not feel heavy or anything, but it doesn't really last 24 hours, so that claim is just a little bit crazy. I don't really believe in the whole like 24-hour anything, honestly, but this is a nice like everyday kind of foundation. I want to talk about two powders here. This one's from the drugstore. It's the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin powder. This is a compact. I have the shade Porcelain. I also have Ivory. I love this compact. It's very sturdy. I like the size of the mirror. I find myself using this mirror all the time. It's awesome. Comes with a little sponge, and then you have the powder here. So the way I like to use this is for touch-ups. Of course, I always have this in my purse when I do wear a full face of makeup, just to kind of touch up. I feel like it doesn't feel super cakey. Like, this powder is so nice. I could even touch up right now because my chin is looking a little shiny, so you could see it just instantly kind of mattifies the area. And I love the shade too. The shade is really great. The other way I actually like to use this is with a powder brush to set my under eye. This is such a great under eye setting powder, and I use this kind of tapered brush. This is a Sigma Spotlight Duster. I love the way that it's tapered like this. It's perfect for under the eyes. This is a newer brush that I recently got, and I just kind of dab the powder, and then once I have my concealer, I just kind of tap, tap, tap. I don't need much of this. A little bit goes a long way. It's full coverage powder. This powder is great by itself, but a little bit of a trick out there for anyone who has dry skin. I've been topping it off with this Hourglass powder. This is their Ambient Strobe Lighting Powder, and the shade I have is called Incandescent Light. It's kind of like a little bit of a pink shade, like very slight pink, and that's what I have actually today for my highlight, but I also kind of put it a little bit underneath my eye, just like as a light kind of topper for my setting powder. And I know that would be kind of sound strange, like, why would you put powder on top of powder? But I work in super light layers, and it just kind of adds a beautiful glow to my skin. I don't do this every day, but when I do have like a full face of makeup and I feel like I want to look a little bit softer or maybe just a little more glowy, I go for the Hourglass powder, and I just use the same brush. I tap it in and I just put a very light amount. Two eye products here that I've been loving lately. This is the Tarte Gifted Amazonian Clay Mascara. I did a whole review on this because I loved it that much. This is a $21 mascara, 20 21, not bad for high-end mascara. I think this is so worth it. Like, it just lengthens, it gives you a lot of volume. This mascara is so great for thickening the lashes and just kind of adding a bit of length that I didn't really know I could achieve. Like, this stuff really blew me away. And I'm not like a super, I mean, high-end mascara like isn't important to me because I love so many drugstore ones, but I feel like this is worth it. Like, this is something I will repurchase, and I was like so like moved by this. If you want to see this mascara in action, check out my review down below and I show you how I apply it and everything. But yeah, this is a great one. I love it. I'm wearing it today. I've been wearing it pretty much every day actually. And then for eyeliner, I love my Kat Von D one, but I think I found a dupe at the drugstore. Okay, so this, are you ready? This is the Milani iTech Extreme Liquid Liner. So I got mine for $8, and you can get Milani at CVS. That's usually where I buy my Milani products, and you can find them at Walmart sometimes, but I never see Walmart carry like the full Milani line pretty much. So I would recommend going to like CVS instead. I just get mine in Blackest Black, and you can see it has a little grip on here. I just find the grip like so helpful, and then the pen itself is very thin. It's really nice for cat eyes. I love the Kat Von D liner and Trooper, don't get me wrong, like that is amazing, but to keep repurchasing it, it's just so expensive. So I was like, what can I find that is very comparable that I feel like I would be, you know, okay with duping? Once I bought this again, I was like, why did I ever stop? Because it is such a great dupe. Like, I actually was thinking about even doing a whole video comparing the two together because they are so, in my opinion, I think they are very similar. For me, this has been a total dupe for the Kat Von D, and I love it. I've been using this more than the Kat one lately, which says a lot for me because like I'm on my second tube of the Kat Von D, and I'm like, this is so good. Like, it just really impressed me. I definitely have been loving this. Let's talk eyeshadow. I've been getting so many questions lately, like in the comments, just about what eyeshadows are you wearing, what color is that. I've been wearing a combination of a couple of new shades and some old shades from Makeup Geek. So this is my personal Makeup Geek palette that I put together with my Z palette. So these are like my favorite Makeup Geek shadows. So the first one I've really been into is called Frappe. This is kind of like a medium brown. It's not as dark as Cocoa Bear, but it's not as light as Creme Brûlée. It's kind of in the middle, and it does have a matte finish. It's a beautiful silky smooth formula. I'm wearing Frappe all in my crease today. Pretty much every eyeshadow look I've been wearing this month, I've had Frappe in the crease or on my lower lash line. Like, this eyeshadow I've been mixing with all of my looks lately. Okay, and then Creme Brûlée, I just have to quickly mention it even though like mine is completely empty almost. Creme Brûlée is one of my favorites just to kind of put all over the lid and just blend out. This is a great base eyeshadow for any look. Okay, now this one right here is called Tan Lines, and it's another matte. This is a newer one from Makeup Geek. Here's Tan Lines. It's a beautiful rich brown. I would say for me this is a deep brown, but for others it might be a medium, a light. It really depends on your skin tone. This could be a lid shade for you. For me, this is definitely a crease shade and more of a liner shade because of my skin tone, but I love it. Speaking of fall, I feel like I'm getting back into matte lips, and matte lips never really went anywhere. Matte lips are so popular now all year round. I think it's so great because I've always been a matte lipstick lover, but when it comes to wearing matte lipstick, that's when I get a little apprehensive because I do have drier skin and I don't like the way most matte lipstick feels, like especially when you have to wear it all day long, right? So with that being said, I've been kind of diving back into my collection looking at, okay, what are my favorite matte lipsticks? And I love these ones from the drugstore, the Maybelline Creamy Mattes. These are so good. I love them ever since they came out with these. Every time I think of like what's the best matte lipstick at the drugstore, like this is one of them. Like this is always up there on my list, like top 5. Like I could do a whole video just talking about my favorite drugstore matte lipsticks, but this is probably number 1 because they are so comfortable to wear. I have on today this shade called Touch of Spice, which I've talked about being like the perfect fall lipstick before, and a lot of you love love this one too. I think I talked about this last year. I did like a drugstore fall get ready with me or something, and I used this lipstick. I love Touch of Spice. Like, this is one of the best, I think, like, of all time. And I have it on my lips, but here's a swatch of it. You don't have to work with this too hard. Color comes right off. The formula is soft. It feels like pillowy, even though it's a matte lipstick, so I love that. And then this other one is great too. It's called Daringly Nude. This is Daringly Nude. It's more of a light nude color. Touch of Spice is definitely like a deeper shade, but I love these kinds of lipstick colors right now, especially for fall. Even though the finish is more of a semi-matte, I would say, it's great. Like, I love this. The formula is great. They have like hot pinks, reds, nudes, everything in between. This line is huge at the drugstore, and it's like, I mean, I don't know if a lot of people really talk about it anymore now that it's not new, but it's so worth it. Like, these are fantastic. I think it's like one of the best formulas. And one more favorite, last but not least here, I have to talk about this adorable backpack that I found at Marshall's, you guys. I did a Marshall's haul video, which I think will be up by the time I do the favorites, so if you haven't seen it, I will link it down below. I love the side pockets. Each side has a pocket for a drink, which is great, and then there's just the two straps and a pocket on the back. It's so handy, and I use this every single day. So that's it. Those are my September favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will have everything I mentioned listed in the description down below in case you're wondering. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what you guys have been loving. I will have everything I mentioned listed down below in the description. If I can find it, I'll put links. If not, I will just list it down there so you could see at least what I was talking about, because I know it can be kind of helpful if you shop or something. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you guys have been loving, and as always, thank you so much for watching.